the same depth as that.
Yeah.
To there.
Yeah.
You've got a ledge there for the pickup, ledge there for the pickup.
And then we go on round here and down here as well.
Well, that can stay at the level it's at. That's fine. So just just that out there, and that should do us then, I think.
Let's see. How
think about what to do next, ZEPP, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what's the time? 10:05. Let's see what an idiot I am. It'll be an hour.
Yeah, we've got the routing done for the top. What I'm just working out here now is the cover plate arrangement, which we need to do with this bridge. Basically, I'm going to do it with this camera here. It's in my hand. The GK3 pickup will go at the end, and then that pickup then will sit where it sat when it was actually on the variax, which is at the end of the bridge plate. So if we just have a look at this bridge plate here, these are the holes I was talking about, which are centered to the string holes on the variax bridge. This is the telly bridge, and they are off center. Now, what I've decided to do is to we're going to use this part of this bridge, which will involve drilling 3 more anchoring holes to anchor the bridge to the body, and then we're just going to grind or cut off this pickup cover plate here for the back pickup, which will then sit at the front of the Telecaster plate here. So that will then sit in front of there then, and then over the join, or between the two, will then come the GK3 pickup. So what I'm actually just thinking about now is how to run the wire of the GK3 pickup, because it is handy that it's actually, you know, mountable on and off, to put it onto another guitar if needs be. But as this is going to be my main guitar, I'm thinking of maybe a more permanent fixture. I'm not going to buy an internal kit, I'll just use this one. I mean, it's black and mounted on the back of a black body. It's going to not be that noticeable anyway. It doesn't get in the way when I'm playing. But what is a bit of a pain is the external wire. So I'm going to have a think about running that wire possibly under the bridge plate, because there's quite a lot of there's a good bit of room under there. Then the other thing I'm going to do now is this that I unsoldered. I'm going to solder those back on, so I'll make a video of that on this handheld camera so that we can get a good look of that. So I'm just going to go and do that now. This these are the saddles, so what I'm going to do is put the saddles back in the bridge and drop the wire through, and then the wires need to be soldered back on to here. Be careful to get it the right way around, because that sits up and sits under there. The wires come through the holes and then solder to the underside. So actually the first thing I'm going to do is bolt it back on, I think. So let's just get those 3 bolts. Here they are. These 3 little bolts here. It's awkward little jobs, these. Oh, actually that is the wrong one, isn't it? That's strange, that one seems wrong. Nearly done. This last one here. Last screw here now. Very fiddly. Okay, so those are on there. The next job now is to bring the saddles down. Lowy, highy. That's right, so that sits on there. And what are we doing? Sip of coffee, I think. Now then, saddles through. You can see the holes to get the wires through. The question is now, right, saddles. So just take this screw out here. Oh right, okay. That's actually, you can see here, that is the piezo saddle. So that's the piezo crystal. So it's that generates the current from this string. It drops in into to here, and I don't know if there's a left or a right, to be honest, so I'm taking potluck. It seems to fit in either way, and that then generates a current which comes through there. So I need to take this screw out and take the wire, and the wire then goes through this hole here. Oops, daisy. Threads through there. There it is. So you can see that then comes through there and has to then be re-put back into that solder, which is a dreadfully fiddly job. Right, okay, so let's just do this. I'm going to do one and then turn the camera off and do the others, and then you'll see a very happy face when I've got them all done. So, right then, let's have a look. Just get that through there. I think I'll use these pointy ones actually. Just to it's falling out of there all over the shop. The question is, you see, is whether it's going to be easy to thread them all through. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to thread them all through and put the screws back in first, and then marry up the wires. Yeah, that's the thing to do. Right, okay, so let's just get this one. Goes through there. Don't forget your springs. There you go. And then this thing goes into there. Straighten it up. That. A few turns in there. I'm going to have to re-intonate this obviously when it's all set up. The neck and whatnot. Right, so that's on. The wire is through. And I'm heating up the thing, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a job lot of them when I've got all those wires through. So if you can see here, there's the wire through. You see the blob of solder there, and Pacer saddles in there. So the string through body, the string comes up through here over the Pacer saddle, and then when it excites the Pacer crystal, it sends the current into there, which then takes into the circuit board. This says here high E, and then there's this connector here, then sends that connector to the motherboard, and then there's the motherboard. So this one here, this one here goes connects up with that one, and the other end of the motherboard goes to the controls. That's how it all wires up. But actually saying how it's wired up and knowing how it works are two different things. Happy is the man who knows the causes of things. It's either Socrates or Plato, I think. So let's have a look. Oh, I left that on, had I? Yeah. Well, okay. Well, halfway there. Let's see here. New bit 1535. So that obviously just slots in there and round. If they fall out, you can actually see where the string sits on the other side. So when they do fall out, like this one has, and there's like a marking on it. So just in case it does make a difference which way round they are, you can just sort of push the wire up and just turn them around. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. Turn it around. There we are. Yeah, so that looks like that's the way around it was before. I've found I've got this little Allen key which moves the height adjusters up and down. So that's I mean, obviously when I'm getting the strings back on and setting the intonation and whatnot for that. So there we go. That comes in there like that. This out of the way a bit. A spring on there. Like that. Put my wire through. Line it up. It's jolly fiddly. Like that. A few turns in there just to get him in. And Bob is your uncle. So line them all up. Yeah, you can see the adjustable screws. I suppose I can figure out which one was which by the heights approximately, but I'm sort of resigned to. I mean, obviously it's a pretty major operation on the guitar, so setting the thing up again is actually not exactly, in the context of all of this other stuff, is a fairly small job. Right, so there we go, here's another one. Got two more to go. So what do we do? Down there. Just going to turn this off for the time being. Last one. Here we are. So you probably can't see on this camera, but I've got them all, so they've all got that sort of where the string comes over the piezo saddle out of the through body string thing. You can see it, well, they are tarnished slightly that side, so I've got those to the right side. Then basically got all these wires through here, and my next job now is to just drop those back in nicely. So what I'm going to do that is just put this upside down. Not the daisy. That's still Just okay. So then I am going to is they're all tinned and ready to go, because obviously they came out the same solder. The iron's hot. And it's really just a question of the best way of gripping it. I've got these little caliper things. Obviously I'm going to have one hand with the solder. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. I think is to get the wire there. Wow, this is so fiddly. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Damage the wires, you see. When I lift that up, I can push them through a bit more. Yeah, I'm just going to get them so I can just push them into the solder and then come around. So I'm just going to bend the wires like this, and then that'll be lined up and I can just push them into the solder. There's solder on that one, that's enough. Push that on there like that, and same with this one. And just push in there. Same deal with this one. Just push in there. Same with this one. Right, now, in theory then, I should be good just to... Yeah, okay. Let's see how we do here then, right, so that is going to go... I don't suppose you'll be able to see this up there now. It's more important to get it done, to be honest, than let's see. So let's just yeah, that would do, wouldn't it? There we are, that's got the one. Okay. hugely fiddly. This one here. Come on. I'll check them afterwards, I think that's okay. This one, God, this is really quite a fiddly job. This is just another layout of how it's all arranged, which I've just talked through here for anyone that's interested in things. So there are the variax controls under the cover plate there. This is the 5-way selector, which actually isn't going to be in that position. The normal Telecaster 5-way selector is going to go under there. That's going to be the usual Telecaster controls, and that one will actually go in this slot here that we've made. Otherwise those controls then for the variax are exactly as is. Then the motherboard we've routed between the neck pickup and the bridge pickup enough room for this here, so that'll be under the scratch plate, and then this ribbon wire here will come down and join up with the connector under here at the front there, and so that will all sit there quite nicely.
Next ZEPP, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the behind the bridge pickup I shall be mounting the GK3 pickup, and this is that will be the cover plate for that bridge pickup, and the back end of the bridge here, you can see here's the these are the offset Telecaster normal compensated bridge saddles, which are off center, and these are the piezo saddles. You can see on the top there by those 2 Allen screws, they're for adjusting the string height, and then at the front you can see there's the piezo crystal which sits under the string, and then that sends its current via that wire there. So I drilled this out ready because I was going to use the whole of the saddle, but because of the off-center problem, rather than drilling through there, we'd use the existing one and just mill that off. And as it happens, with the GK3 pickup in the middle, that's not such a bad plan, because the GK3 pickup will actually sit quite nicely between the two, and it will actually be firmer than actually being across the metal. So I don't know, it's probably swings and roundabouts, but I'm actually quite pleased with the way that that's shaping up. And then one other last point here is this rounded bit here actually will sit in here. The whole shebang will start to fall down, and so I've got some trimming to do around. We've got the routing done to get this bit of it will look like an extension of the scratch plate. There'll be a join. There's sort of slightly different colours and stuff, but close enough for government work. Certainly close enough for me. This, as I say, is going to be my main playing guitar, and effectively will be in terms of the outputs. There are 4 outputs. There's the magnetic output, there's the divided output, there's the variax output, and then there's also the normal magnetic output from the Telecaster pickups. So in terms of the number of options that this this guitar will offer me, I've got my VG88 pedal there, and you can. I'll do another video about the GK3 another time, but yeah, it's shaping up quite nicely. There's the harness there for the Telecaster, and I'm going to heat up that soldering iron now and solder this back up, which I'd unsoldered. It's actually, you know, I'm actually quite pleased to have done it, because it's all good practice really for future ones. But that's certainly a note to think about. Those off-centre things there are a bit of a pain, but as it turns out, I think it's probably for the best, because you know, with the height, just the intonation and whatnot. Anyway, that's just thinking out loud again. This video there's lots of thinking out loud, but in terms of the process for anybody thinking of doing one of these, it's, you know, it's good because you can decide different options. What I decide to do, just for my own purposes, you know, maybe you know, other people might choose to do something slightly different. So at least this way you get to consider all the options that I considered, and as I was going along, and can make your own sort of judgment calls according to your own tastes. One completed bridge. I'm just recharging my battery on camera, but you can see here the wires drop down, and then they're soldered on the back here. Just solder them, so they're all soldered on nicely, and then that will then plug into the motherboard, and the motherboard plugs into the controls, power from the battery into the motherboard, and Bob's your uncle. And we're reusing the bridge that's all been put together back together.